Welcome to the Arizona Pickleball League podcast. Presented by Jigsaw Health. It's fun to feel good. And now, your hosts, Ashley Leroux and the Orchard Security Guy.
And welcome back to the Arizona Pickleball League podcast. We're on episode 33. I'm Ashley Leroux alongside the Orchard Security Guy, OSG.
Hello, everybody.
How was your weekend?
The weekend was really busy, sifting through a lot of video from the last match. And so it keeps you busy, making sure everything's in order here. And what a great match we had.
It was.
I mean,
indeed.
Scottsdale, gosh, they got off the scores, the first score 7-11 on the first game. And then
against the Surprise Stingers.
Yeah, Surprise Stingers. Yeah. And then they won the second set, which went to a set breaker.
Which we always love. You know I'm here for the set breakers.
Stingers up 4-2 in the set breaker.
Yep.
Scorchers came back, won 5-4. And then 7-11, the Stingers won the third game. Scottsdale came back 11-4, so that means set breaker number 2. Stingers up 4-2. Scorchers come rallying back, win 5-4. So it is super exciting. In the last 2 matches we've had 4 set breakers and 1 match breaker. So,
I mean, as a fan, you really can't ask for much more than that. I mean, that is just where all the excitement lies, the nail biting and who's going to take it. I mean, I love seeing the close matchups this season.
As you're sitting back here, they're up 4-2. You're like, okay, how's this with the match breaker? Who's going to play singles? Who's got the advantage? And boom, before you know it, 30 seconds later, it's like game point on the Scorchers paddle. And I'm like, what just happened?
I know.
So super exciting.
Very exciting. So on that note, let's go ahead and introduce our guest today, Mr. Kyle Koszuta, that pickleball guy.
Hey,
how you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing good.
Are you excited to be here?
I'm pumped. Yeah, when you guys asked me to come, I couldn't sleep last night. I was meditating on this for the last 25 hours, more than a day. That's how excited I was to be here.
So have you had any food or water in that time? No. And you feel fine.
I'm 100% ready
You're
to go.
glowing. Okay.
I am.
It must be magic.
It is. When you walk into the Orchard, it's magical.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your last match at the Orchard 2 weeks ago. Tell us how you felt about that match.
Yeah, we played the Gilbert Gladiators. I felt good about it. I mean, we lost. I didn't feel great about the loss, but the way, I mean, we went into a set breaker. Is my memory right? We had a set breaker in the first set, and we won. Is that right? I'm trying to.
Gosh, every week feels like a year.
I know. My mind is like back to last week's match. Well, either way, we got to the end and we got to a second set breaker. Yeah. And in that one, we chose to put the girls out, and the Gilbert Gladiator girls came out firing, and they won pretty handily. Then we went to a match breaker, and I didn't feel amazing about going into a match breaker against their team. They have a great singles team. Overall, like when I left the match, I was thinking back and then I rewatched it. I did like how we played for the most part. But that's what's cool about the format is one, you're never out of it. Even if you go, you lose the first set 2-0. If you lose the third, the first game of the second set, you can still have a chance to win the whole match. And so that's one of the neat things about the format. I just didn't love at the very end that we got smoked in singles. But
yeah,
overall,
that was tough.
Yeah, overall it was a really good match. And I think the fans enjoyed it too. It was back and forth. I mean, they got, I think it was 2 set breakers and a match breaker. So that was cool. It
was awesome. And it was our very first match breaker of the season, first and only so far. And the first time that we've done the coin toss for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're huge fans of the tips that you put out all the time. We use them all the time, implement them into when we play here rec-wise. And one of the latest one was I believe it was the game point management, which was a really good one. Which when I was sifting through all the videos from the last couple weeks, just doing some security work, I ran into something that I thought was very interesting. RJ, is there a way you can play that for me real quick so we can get a recap of what I saw? And this was from 2 weeks ago, I believe. and I think it's 10-4 here.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Tornadoes up
And
10-4.
we're going, yep.
I know where this is
Good
heading.
dinking here, side to side. Oh, there's a great lob. You
Lob
have two
by
or
Kyle.
three of those.
Yep.
And then
Some amazing resets at the
resets up.
baseline.
Oh, there's the pop up. There we go. And then, well,
Oh, Kyle, you booped it into the net.
Yeah, go ahead.
can you help us on this a little bit? On the strategy here? Is this?
Well, let me. You referenced the video, the game point video. Should I intertwine this? And
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
for the viewers
Please.
that-
I
For
was
the
just
viewers.
really confused
Okay.
when I was sifting through.
Well, so for context, I put a video out. I know everyone's seen it, but I'll just remind. I put a video out that was talking about game point mentality, which I think we've all felt, which is you get to 10-4, 10-5. In this case, it was 10-4 or 10-7, and you decide to do something you've never done before. Like you'll go for a bigger serve because you've never hit a big serve, and you feel like now is the chance. Or you'll rip a third shot drive as hard as you can, even though you've never hit a third shot drive in your entire life, because it's like now is the time to be the hero of the point. Like,
Or you have some room to play.
you have some room to play. So I think there's more to it. I mean, there's the thought process between go and take the game and win it, and then I also think there's a larger thought process of how did you get to that place in the match? Like you got to 10-4 in our situation by doing a certain thing. And then we often go away from that thing. In the video, I talk about like you have this body of work and you do all these things to get to that point, and then all of a sudden it's game point and you do something totally different that you either don't practice, or in the video I make this fun little joke about my friend Zach Silvernail, who would do these like crazy backhand speed ups on his back foot, shoom, like he thought that was going to work, and of course it didn't work, right? Because he never practices it, the other team expects it, whatever. Then it flips over. It didn't happen in this match, but it flips over. The other team gets the ball back, and all of a sudden you go from 10-7 to losing 12-10. And you're like, how did we lose that match? Well, it actually started back at the point where you did that stupid thing that you've never tried before. So that was the point of the video. Now, that point right there, I think I hit a lob, which I'd done earlier in the match, and it was working.
It was a
now,
great
to
lob.
your credit, I don't remember you lobbing at all last year. So it's definitely something you've been working on
It is.
and have pulled it off several times so far this year.
It is. And truthfully, my friend Ryan Finley is like the best lobber. And I think a good skill to develop as you're trying to get better at the game is you take what other people do to you that makes you mad, and then you put it into your own game. And so I actually played with Ryan. Me and Cooper played against Ryan, this other guy Kane, on Sunday night before this Monday night match. And we were lobbing. Ryan was lobbing the heck out of us. It was a big lob fest. We actually practiced in here. So we were back and forth, and Ryan's great at it, right? And so then I knew going into the match, Craig, and I'll say this right to the camera if you're watching Craig or listening, Craig isn't great at handling lobs. And so I went to the match and lobbed Craig a bunch of times, knowing he probably wasn't going to jump. Now, to Craig's credit, I played with him yesterday, and Craig has changed his lob defense strategy against me, which is kind of annoying. So now he's actually good at it. But so I've been putting the lob in a lot more. It was actually inspired a lot by Ryan Finley and some others. Elise Jones lobs a lot. Some other pros. Callan Dawson likes to lob. Matt Wright likes to lob. I think it's super underused. Yeah.
I feel like it's become more prevalent in the pro game than I have seen in the last 4 years.
Yeah, it definitely has. I actually have a YouTube video on this where it just even shows like the evolution of the thinking. I have a YouTube video where I mainly talk about lobbing from the right side of the court as a right-handed player, because you can kind of reach in and take a volley lob up the line or cross court. But then recently, and back to Ryan, and then even like watching MLP like a week ago, Gabe Tardio was doing this all the time, where if you're the left side player, you take a middle dink comes to you and you lob out of the middle, which is actually what I did a lot in that match. And you can kind of go either direction. So I'm just like, your mind is open to so many different options when things happen to you, and you drive home and you're like, wow, that was so annoying. I hate that guy.
Those are the lessons, Kyle.
Those are the lessons. So that though, I lobbed them, and then they went back and we had them back at the baseline. And I was like, how cool would it be to drop shot them for a win? And so,
Well, they were getting everything else in your defense.
they were. And I think, truthfully, I don't think that was a terrible shot. I do think if I would have made it over the net, I think they would have gotten it, and I might have bailed them out and brought them back to the kitchen, which if you talk to some people, they're like, never drop shot. Like, you're bringing them back to the kitchen. I agree with that at times, but also, I don't hate that shot. I don't know if I'd put that in a game point mentality. Maybe I would, but either way, I mean, we ended up winning it on the next point, so that didn't come back to bite us. But yeah, it was great defense by them.
I think that. Thank you for clarifying that.
I needed to tell the people because I've been thinking about that a lot, and I knew the moment you brought that clip up, I knew you were going to say some whatever.
Did it come to you in your meditation time?
Over the last 25 hours, for sure, 100%.
Well, tomorrow night we're going into the 8th match of the season. I mean, there are only 3 regular season games left in season 2, which blows my mind. It's gone so fast. We're quickly approaching the playoffs. But OSG, tell us what we can expect next week, and tell us a little bit about the matchup.
Well, tomorrow night's going to be great because this is we feel like this is a pretty rivalry game between these two teams. It was the very first matchup we had when we started the team format. Kyle, you guys have a losing record against the Scottsdale Scorchers.
Oh, all time.
All time.
Season 1 and season 2.
This potentially could be a lose, potentially may not make the playoffs. So it's kind of a high-stakes game, if you want to call it that. We're talking about the drop shots. If you remember the last time we played, Pesa hit 4 or 5 of those things out
And
of nowhere.
lobs. Yeah.
So what are some of the things you guys are trying to incorporate? We have a sub. We'll get to that in just a second. That's going to play with you guys tomorrow night. But what are some of the things that you're going to do to help with Pesa and the other Caden and the other teams to get that W?
Yeah, I mean, we have a practice today right after we're done, and we're gonna talk through some things. I mean, they're different now than they were 2 weeks ago. They're almost the same team as they were last season with Krista Getcheva's back, and now they have Pesa back on the team as well. So obviously, men's is tough with Caden and Pesa, and we're gonna lob Caden a lot. I'm probably not gonna lob Pesa too much because he can jump higher. So look out for that. And then as far as mix goes, I'm going to be playing with Dana against Pesa and Krista, who actually just like annihilated. I can't remember who they played last week with the Stingers match, but they crushed them. It was pretty easy. So I got some thoughts on that. I mean, truthfully, I'm going to cross-court dink with Krista a good amount, and I'll probably lob her a little bit. And I can't say everything we're going to do tomorrow because I know everyone's listening right now.
Yes.
But I mean, like, back to the format, like, it's not just one thing to win these matches. You know, it's cool because you don't have to win all. You know, obviously, we want to win our first 2 and just make it easy.
Yeah.
But there's a few different things I think we're going to try tomorrow to try to neutralize some of the things that they do really well. Anyway, it's all up here, and so it's coming out. It's coming out tomorrow.
The beautiful mind of Kyle Koszuta.
Yeah, so it should be a good match. It's gonna be fun. As far as
So you're saying there's a lot of strategy that you're going to be bringing out tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think in any of these matches, one of the cool things about playing at the Orchard too is all these matches are on YouTube. So if you want to like watch some film on somebody, it's like super high quality. You just go back on YouTube and watch, and that's really neat. You don't get that very much in tournament play because unless somebody has an old YouTube video from 7 months ago, and you're just going to assume that the same player.
Yeah,
you know, like I just watched them play. I was here last week. It's on YouTube. I'm going to watch them play. I'll probably watch it again tonight and just put some thoughts down. And that's really cool. Just like practice game planning for a team and seeing if it can work. I did that last week, and we did that last week against 2 weeks ago against the Gladiators. And a lot of the stuff we talked about worked really well. So that's exciting. It's one of the cool parts about playing in the league.
Yeah.
You know?
That's great. Well, tomorrow night, we do have one of your players, Jen Tavernier, is sick, unfortunately, so she can't make it. She's going to have a sub, Glauca Carvajal Lane. You know her, but you've not necessarily played with her much. She's supposed to be a fantastic player. I haven't had the pleasure of watching her play, so I'm looking forward to that. But any thoughts on any different type of strategy, or just what are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's a bummer. I was texting with Jennifer earlier. She said she just came down with some sickness. She was going to the doctor today, which sucks because I know she wants to play.
Yeah.
And she travels in every week. But yeah, Glauca's, I've seen her play a little bit. I saw her like last week just at the courts, but I watched her play like 3 points, and then I walked somewhere else, so I haven't seen her play a ton. Everything I know about her, I've talked to a couple people. She's really good. She's like a super cool person. She's actually coming here. We're all going to practice here in a little while.
Yeah.
So I don't have a ton of thoughts tomorrow. I mean, I don't think the other team, an advantage to it is the other team hasn't seen her. And so for the most part, so they don't really know what to say. I think Krista knows her a little bit. I think a disadvantage is she's, we're playing, and it's a new thing. It's a new environment. There's a big crowd. It's sold out tomorrow. So there could be some nerves from her, just like from all of us. And I think that's
first time at the Orchard is always a interesting experience.
It's different. I mean, you're not used to like getting called out like we're at a Phoenix Suns game with a spotlight on you. Like, that's a little bit nerve-wracking at first. But she's played a lot of high-level pickleball, and so I think she's gonna do fine. I'm excited to play with her. Yeah.
Awesome.
You guys were 4-0 last year regular season, number 1 seed. You lost a couple weeks ago, 1-1 for this season. Is this a statement game to the rest of the team saying, we're not going anywhere. We're going to be here for the playoffs. We're going to be here for everybody to take another look at us?
Yeah. I don't really look at, I don't know. I don't think that's like my outlook on life is like a statement game. I think I'll just speak for myself. I'm going to watch film on the match. I'm going to prepare. I'm going to just do like my game day preparation. I'm going to come in. I'm just going to play every point. I don't know. I just don't feel like thinking about that. It's so external. It's like, okay, what does that mean? A statement game? I think.
I was going to ask that.
That was my next question.
Yeah, I mean,
it is a statement.
Well, I think a statement game. That's like when you're asking like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith to debate if this is a statement game and this is going to be the Tempe Tornadoes' legacy for. Like, doesn't really matter. Like we're going to play tomorrow and if we win, that's great. And then other people can talk about, like you can talk about if it's a statement game, and you can define it too whenever you decide to think.
Oh, he will.
But yeah, I think it's just. It's come on. We get to like come play in front of a crowd on a Tuesday night, and it's the best thing ever. I mean, this is so fun. I
think that's the right attitude.
Yeah, I don't look at it like that. So
I feel like players tend to play better and to their full potential when they are having fun. So I think prioritizing that mindset is really a great idea.
I have a little bulletin board in my house, and I occasionally will like write a quote or something up or something I want to remember. And there's something I read recently that said that it's like whoever is having the most fun wins, and it was relating to the business, and I just took it to sports as well.
I mean, it really applies to everything, doesn't it?
So like I'm having a ton of fun. I mean, even with all the content stuff, I think part of my reason my content has done well over time is one, I've done it for a long time now, but I just have fun. Like I genuinely am having fun doing it. And I think that probably comes through at some level.
It totally does.
Yeah, and out here too, like if we're having fun, I think we'll play well.
Yeah. I agree. So being an Arizona Pickleball League veteran, so to speak, in the whole 2 seasons, season and a half that we've
10
had.
years. Yeah,
how do you think this season compares to last season as a player?
It's better. It's better. Like anything, the first time you do something, you're going to learn a lot, and then you change. And that's a credit to the whole Orchard team. The one, you guys have done a great job marketing. So the fans have been here the whole time. That was probably the same. There's been a lot of fans last year. There's still a lot of fans this year. We can only have so many people in this building before the firefighters come over and tell us to stop. But I'd say the format change is the biggest noticeable difference of just the way the matches go. Like and that was the intent, I know, when you all were thinking about it, but every game matters all the way to the 4th game. So you could be down 0-3 technically and still win the match, which is really unique. And that has been cool. I think it's been really good for the fans because the fans have something to look forward to. There's still something on the line. Right. There's still stakes. And so that's probably the biggest difference. And then just some other players came in, and that's been, I think the level has risen, no doubt. Just like in any of the leagues around the pickleball world right now, the level has risen everywhere. And so I think that's been the same here at the Orchard. And so that's just made for better play, more interesting viewing experience for people who are watching online. As I see, there's like some thousands of people watching these matches on YouTube, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it's better. I mean, season 3 will be better than season 2, and I think 4 will be better.
Lord
than 3.
willing.
So I think 27 will be better than 5.
Yeah.
So,
what do you think of the set breakers? The format, the game to 5, win by 1, single serve side out.
I love it. I mean, I think it's the principle of there's like these multiple peak moments. There's this book called Power Moments that I read a long time ago, but it was these guys just talking about like you want to create these moments in life that are memorable, and he talks about these different ways that you can do that and all those things. I think that's what this format does, is like you have the possibility after the first set of a moment, and then it's like could be a really intense moment. It could be a blowout, or it could be 5-4. You could be up 4-2 like last week and then lose 5-4. And it's like holy cow, that just changed the whole complexion of this match. And then you get that potentially again in the second set, and you might even get it again as the match breaker. So I think just overall, it's cool, and we didn't have that last year. And last year, truthfully, a lot of the matches got boring if one of the teams dominated early on.
If it was a blowout.
And that's just truth, yeah. And like the fans, like you want the fans to leave on a high, and they didn't a lot last year if it wasn't a close match. And I think the fans are almost always leaving on some sort of a high in these matches, which is a great change. Yeah,
we have been super happy with the format. Yeah. Okay, so unless you have another question, I want to switch gears just a little bit. I know you're one of the very few people that has seen the Arizona Pickleball League documentary teaser.
I did.
What do you think about it? Do you think it's going to be any good?
No. Next question.
Just to fill you in, if you were watching, the Arizona Pickleball League documentary is currently in editing. We filmed a documentary of the making of the Arizona Pickleball League last season, and we have a release date of first quarter of 2024. Yes, featuring yours truly.
Yeah. Well, of course, I think it's sick because I'm in it. I watched the teaser like 6 times, and
oh, I was wondering where all the views came from.
yeah, no, there's 7 views right now. But no, it's sweet. It's you guys are doing the best thing. I mean, people often ask me like, how could they replicate something like this? And you can definitely replicate the facility. This isn't like you guys have done a wonderful job, no doubt, but it's like possible to get the exact same signage and whatever. You can buy all this stuff, but what you can't buy, well, maybe you can, but it'd be really, really hard is the team behind it and the skills. And the fact that you guys, invested to do a documentary is super cool. And then to be a part of it was a really awesome experience. I'm excited to see it. And then, seeing the teaser is just like, it's like these moments. Like there's a moment to see the teaser was this cool moment. And I know I actually texted Cole, who's one of
he's the documentarian we hired to do the film. Yeah.
I texted him earlier, and I was in the car about to leave my driveway. I just did a little voice message to him, and I was like, "Hey Cole, just make sure you go on a walk today, man," because I know he's just like editing.
He's in the weeds editing.
He's in the weeds editing.
Absolutely.
And so I'm super excited to see it. Yeah.
So are we. We're super thrilled. You guys are going to love it when it comes out. Hopefully you'll all watch it. Let's go ahead and talk about whatever last thoughts you have, OSG, before this has been such a great chat. I feel like time went really fast with you, Kyle.
That's because I don't stop talking. That's like
I know, but everything you say is just like truth bombs. I love it.
All right. Pickleballers, I want to talk to you about strategies and game plans. Similar, but completely different. A plan is an arrangement, pattern, program, or scheme for a definite purpose. A strategy, however, is a blueprint, layout, design, or idea used to accomplish a specific goal that is open for adaptation and change when needed. Think of Maverick. He got shot down in Top Gun. That probably wasn't his blueprint, but he adapted, stole an F-14, blew up 2 5th-gen fighters, and then landed that F-14 without a nose gear. So for your next match, don't go in with a game plan, but come in with a good strategy. Go to the backhands. Mix up your thirds, some drops, some drives, lobs. Have a good point construction. And finally, make sure on that blueprint it includes you getting to 11 before your opponent does. Until the next episode, good night.